Hello, it is Monday. It's a new weekly reading vlog. I don't have a lot of updates and shockingly, I'm really tired. Cue the yawning. So I'm going to make this a quick update because, yeah. So yesterday I did finish A Greater Good by Timothy Zahn, which is the second book in the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy. This was a 5-star. I really enjoyed this. I think it got very slightly lower on core pile than the first one did. I'm not sure why. I think I preferred the first one, but there were like a few things in this one that I really enjoyed, and I'm very much looking forward to reading the third one. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I'm hoping maybe next month, but we shall see. But yeah, I really enjoyed this and I am so glad I'm finally reading these. But I read most of it. So I read about a third of it on the way up to Ashes on Friday. And then yesterday I read almost all of it like on the way home from Ashes. But then I was starting to get sleepy, so I had to, like, the last hour of the journey, I had to, like, not read. And then I finished it off when I got home. So yeah, that was a success. And then today I was having a look to see if any of the books I've still got are on Scribd. The audiobook for Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli is on Scribd. So I started listening to the audiobook on the way to work this morning. I only read 46 pages, but I am enjoying it so far. I am excited to see where this goes. And yeah, no secret, I love Becky Albertalli's books. So yeah. And then I also today, me and Ash did some like private sprints, and I filmed a video for this week's Wednesday video, and then I filmed my roles for July's TBR game. So I've just got to finish sorting out what books I'm picking for each prompt, and then I need to film the second part, and then I'll have to edit that, but that's not going up till next week, so that is absolutely fine. But yeah, that was fun. And then I watched some Critical Role. I'm really feeling the Critical Role at the moment. Like, I'm getting back into it, which is good because it's like a vital part of like what happens in season 2 of Vox Machina. So like I kind of know what happens, but I'm just like loving seeing their reactions. But yeah, that's basically it. That's my update. So I'm gonna catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday. I finished a book today. I finished Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli. This was a 5-star. I actually cried so much at this because the representation, like, so if you've read Leah on the Offbeat, you will know that she has a lot of internalized biphobia, and it's not, you do see improvement with her, but there's no point where she acknowledges that it is internalized biphobia. She just sort of like starts understanding that like these are not good ways to be like thinking. She just sort of like, you know, starts to realize these aren't good ways to be thinking, but she never actually addresses what it is. This very much, there is a moment in a monologue of the main character where she's like, and this is internalized biphobia and it's not okay. And I'm just like, yes, like the growth. And I don't know if it's anything to do with the fact that Becky Albertalli obviously was forced to come out as bi herself. But I feel like maybe like this book is like a love letter to younger her. And honestly, it's like a love letter to a lot of like bi kids. And even for me, like I did not struggle the way that a lot of other people did figuring out I was bi. Like I knew I wasn't straight. And then once I learned what being bi was, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I still very much related to the main character with a few things, and her best friend, one of her best friends, I absolutely hated, and we've all had friends like it and they suck. but they are past tense friends. But I finished this book and I fully just started sobbing because it did feel like a love letter to every bi kid figuring themselves out. And even now, like, I'm trying not to cry talking about it because this book is everything. So yeah, this was a 5-star and I have a bit of a dilemma now. So obviously Love Theoretically got all 10s on CAWPILE, so it was my #1 book of the year. Then I read Spellbound, all 10s on CAWPILE, joint #1. This got all 10s on CAWPILE, so I now have 3 books that got all 10s on CAWPILE. So at the beginning of next year, when I start thinking about my favourite books of the year and what order they're going to be in, this is going to be a tough one. But I absolutely loved this, and it is easily my favourite Becky Albertalli book. Like, the thing is, I love all of Becky Albertalli's books that I've read. The only one I haven't read is The Upside of Unrequited. I don't know why I haven't read it, because I literally have it there. And Leah was my favourite because whilst, and I've said this many times, but I feel like I need to reiterate, I understand completely Leah is not a good person, especially not in the beginning, but I very much can see younger me before I learned that I was not being a great person, and I improved and learnt from my mistakes and become a better person where like being bi was concerned, because I did have a little bit of internalized biphobia. I didn't feel like I was bi enough because I was like told I wasn't bi enough because I was only dating guys at the time. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole can of worms I'm not opening on here. Anyway, then you know, I just feel like they've just got, like, Kate in Waiting was then my favourite because Kate in Waiting has like the nostalgia feel of like being a theatre kid in school. I was a theatre kid in school, and now this has just owned my heart completely, and I'm so happy. So happy. But I got something in the mail today, and it's not a book and it's not a Funko. I know, get me. So I actually subscribed to a Dice subscription kit. It's called so it's Critical Kit, and this month's theme was I don't think they have actual themes, you know. Oh, it's just got psychedelia, a wild mix of colours to open your mind, and summer vibes, blue skies and green grass. So they're the 2 dice sets. So the psychedelia ones, I think, are these ones. So I don't like, they're not like super bright, but there's some really nice purples and like green and blues, and they're really pretty. But my favourite of the 2 are the summer vibes one, because these might be the psychedelia. Blue skies and green grass. I don't know, but do you know what? It might be easier if I just take them out. Like, they're really pretty. I really like them. And also we got like a pin badge, and it's just like rainbow colours. So yeah. So yeah, I have 2 new sets of dice because I don't have enough already. And this is like a subscription box, so you get 2 dice every month. You can choose to get one set a month, and they have themes. So when I originally signed up to it, I thought I was getting the May box, and the May box was dystopia themed. I'm a little bit sad I'm not getting the May box, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I am gonna go. I don't have any more updates for you, so I'm gonna go, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. Look at me, I have vlogged every day this week. Go me. I have some reading updates. So I did read the entirety of volume 4 of the Jason Aaron Star Wars graphic novels, which is called Last Flight of the Harbinger. This was a 4-star. It's same level as all the others in this series have been. I enjoy them. I like seeing like what they're getting up to between the films, because obviously we don't see that in the films. And yeah, these are just like fun quick reads. Like, they're nothing like massively special, but I'm really enjoying them, and I really like the art style as well. So yeah. And then I did start Light of the Jedi. I have only read 64 pages. I don't really have any major thoughts right now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, which is really bad. But yeah, I'm hoping to read more of this tomorrow. I did have to reread one of the chapters because rant time. I was waiting for my train this morning, like the first train. Now I know where I need to stand on the platform to be at the doors, and I was stood there, and obviously there was more people behind me also waiting. I always get there really early, so you know, I was the first one right by the doors, and usually no one really gets off at that station of a morning at that time, but the doors opened and I had to move to the side because someone was getting off with a buggy. And this woman who was stood there didn't move so that I could move, and I was like, sorry, could you move back a bit so that I can make space? And she just went, no. So I just pushed into her and just like fully just pushed her back because I was not dealing with that. I was like, how rude do you have to be? Like, you're not getting on this train until this person has got off the train. You're delaying yourself as well as everyone else by being an a-hole. Like, there was literally no need for it. It wasn't like I said, can you move? I literally said, sorry, do you mind moving back a bit so I can make space for this person? And she was like, no. Like, I'm sorry, what? And then on, so already on the bus journey, I'm shocked I didn't lose it at this woman because I was already in a bad mood. Because on the bus journey to the train station, and then when I got on that train, I've discovered I know how to be invisible. So I have one of those, like, please offer me a seat badges. Because, you know, pain, standing pain, especially on a moving train or bus. And apparently that is like an invisibility cloak because people look at it and just like, it's like they're looking right through you and you're not there. So yeah, I had to stand on the bus, which was packed. So it's not like I could even like balance myself properly to like help because it was so packed. And then on the train, I'm on that train for 2 stops. So 10 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it moves side to side a lot and it's hard to balance. And this woman fully looked at my badge, looked at me, and then looked back down at her phone, and I was like, how rude do you, like, if you're not going to offer someone a seat that clearly needs it, just act like you've not seen the badge at all. Don't fully stare at it, stare at my face, and then look down at your phone again. Like, it's just rude. Like, I'm not someone who's gonna be that person who goes up to someone and be like, sorry, can I have your seat? I have social anxiety. I can't do that. Which is why I got the badge. Because no one's gonna offer me the seat if I don't have that badge, because I, to look at, look like a healthy 30-year-old. I'm not. And usually it's not this bad, but clearly everyone was having like a hump day. Anyway, this was a whole rant, I'm sorry. Happy things, I got more dice. And I know. It was only like yesterday or the day before I showed you new dice. But there was this, so these like obviously all came at the same time. This wasn't a mystery box, I chose these ones. So it's 4 sets. 4. So I was scrolling through Facebook a few weeks back, and you know, you get the adverts, and there was one for this like dice website, and I looked it up and there was some pretty good reviews for it. And they was doing this 24-hour flash deal, or so I thought, because I looked on there today and the deal is still on. All the dice are free, you just pay shipping. So obviously they're not going to be the best quality, they're not going to be like super quality, but they came. They're actually pretty good. So I'm going to show you what ones I got. I did get a set for Ash. But let's... Oh, I love that sound. So the first ones, these are the ones that actually made me like be like, oh, I need to buy off this site, because these, I don't know how well you can see it, they're cheese dice. They've got like the little indents for like cheese. They're cheese dice. And then these ones are, I think they were the honey dice. So they're like gold and sparkly, and they are pretty. And these are the Banshee ones. I think these are my favourite. So they're like iridescent, like clear iridescent with like green writing. I think they're my favourites. And then the final ones are these really cute, like they're like pink and blue and white, and they're really pretty. And I realised this is actually the trans flag colours. It didn't dawn on me until I opened them up, and I was like, oh, but they're pretty colours. So yeah, I bought more dice. I have no regrets. But that's basically it. It's really early. It's not, well, it's not really early. It's 9:45, so I think I'm gonna see if I can have an early night, because I am really tired. The heat has really got to me today. And yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. I'm gonna make this a really quick update because I have a pounding headache, as I did yesterday, which is why there was no update yesterday. But I have started reading. I've started my buddy read of The Shadow Cabinet with Catherine. We've done like 2 days worth of pages, so like 100 pages, and really enjoying how it's just jumped back in. And I'm really enjoying the like follow up to the ending of the first book. I think it's great. Something was mentioned which I think is going to link to something that Juno Dawson announced recently. So I'm excited to see if I'm right on that. And then yesterday I did read a little bit more of this. So I'm like just over halfway through now. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this one tomorrow, but I need to read buddy read pages for this tomorrow. I need to film the rest of my TBR, edit the whole TBR, edit my vlog, and then I'll see if I can read some of this. So yeah, that is basically it. I am gonna go now because head hurts, but I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.